Hello, good evening, everyone. So today we have with us Khushi. She is currently in her second semester of Delhi School of Economics, and she's going to go ahead and guide you as to how you can prepare for your upcoming CUET PG Economics exams. So, Khushi, the first question that we have for the day is students are very afraid of maths, huh? And they want to, understand how much maths would be required for clearing CUET entrance exam, and what should be the main areas that they should be focusing on in these 2 months in maths and stats.
Okay, so maths and stats, like these subjects are very important considering this exam. I think there a considerable amount of questions, like I think around 20 questions on an average are asked from these topics, from these subjects particularly. So yeah, it's very important. I think if you just look at the syllabus of maths and stats, everything is a part of your bachelor's syllabus, right? So if the students are from bachelor's in economics, they are doing bachelor's in economics, then they would have already done most of the portions which are there in the syllabus. So the most important for MME specifically, so Lister and Hammond is like the basic book which you all should follow basically, and most of your maths would be covered in that itself. So yeah, so for stats and maths, I would say whatever readings are there for bachelors in those particular subjects, that is enough. And I think students should not be very fearful of these subjects, because I think if you do these subjects in practice, um, if you just these the topics are not very difficult, to be very honest. They are not. If you have done maths in 11th and 12th, it would not be very difficult for you to do all of those topics even in just these 2 months. So yeah, that's just what I would say. And yeah.
So in these 2 months, how should a student, how much time should be dedicated to which subject? How much to micro,
um,
math, stats, and so?
I think that's quite personal as well, as like which subject do you like more, which subjects you are more comfortable with, right? Most important topics, I think, are most important subjects are micro, macro, maths, and stats, apart from Indian economy, right? So I think if you are comfortable more with maths, then you should obviously give more time to other subjects. And if you're more comfortable in micro macro, then you should give more time to maths and stats. Yeah, so it's actually very personal and very particular to every individual. But I would say try to complete all these subjects within the next 1 month.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, Kushi, how many past years do you suggest students should be doing? And because CUET has a very different way. It asks you match the following, it asks you a
Yeah.
ending, it asks you to match with authors. So, is there any particular strategy that students should be, following to answer these kind of questions?
To answer these questions, I think whatever you are studying, just keep this in mind that you have to take note of some factual things, like as you mentioned, years and some important events, especially from Indian economy, and authors, books. So if you are studying something, just know if you come across a name or a year or an important event, just note it down in a sheet of paper, so that you have a list of those important facts to revise at the end, when you are revising everything, right? And for past years, I think around 7 to 8 past year question papers are available, so you should ideally do all of those. But if you think that they're taking a lot of time, then I think minimum 5 should be the limit, like minimum 5, so you should do anyhow. And apart from that, I think mock tests are very important. At least like weekly mock tests. and analyzing those mock tests after you have given them, matching your answers and where you went wrong, what are the topics which you are feeling that you are weaker at. Focusing on those topics is very important. So yeah, 5 PYQs I think, and then mocks.
Got it. So, Kushi, what about the revision strategy? So, for example, in 1 month, student has done the course. How should the student be taking care of those last 5, 7, 10 days? What kind of revision strategy they should be having? Because there are, suppose, like when I was a student, I had 8 to 10 notebooks that I had prepared by the end of the year. So,
Yeah.
how do you revise everything, and what should be the revision strategy?
I think so since we're talking about 2 month strategies, so 1 month you have completed your entire syllabus. Now you have 1 month in your hands. And I'm assuming that you've not done any PYQs at this point. So in this next last 1 month, you have to do PYQs as well. So I would say give 15 days to just revisions.
Hmm.
Like, I think at least 3 rounds of revisions is a minimum. Like, you have to do 3 rounds of all those 8 to 10 notebooks that you've maintained. You have to revise the entire thing, like at least thrice, each notebook. So 15 days, I think, should be given to that. And then the next 15 days can be given to the past year question papers. Um, and I personally just do past year question papers in the last 15 days. And for the last 2 3 days, don't don't touch any new topics. Don't touch your whatever, like, don't start learning new things.
Hmm.
If you really want, you can just brush up on the topics that you are most scared of, or the topics which you think you are not very confident about. And also, like, just which you are very confident about, just brush up on those topics,
Hmm.
not on each and everything. Last 2 3 days, last one day, I remember last year, at just the day before the exam, I was not studying at all, because I was like, yeah, I have studied so much, and if I start studying more, I will not be okay to give exam, because I think a lot of a lot of the thing is what's important is the exam of the day of the exam, right? When you are in the examination hall, it's what the environment, the mental health of the mental stability that you have is very important. Because I have given quite a few competitive exams at this point, and I can say that no matter how much you've studied, the day of the exam is the day.
Hmm.
So if you are stressed, if you think that, if you're underconfident, if you think that you don't know something and you're very stressed, then that is like the end. You
Yeah.
have to be confident and you don't have to stress. If you are feeling stressful, then just take a few minutes of the exam and be calm. That's
That
it.
I totally agree, because I'll tell you, some of my very bright students who I think will definitely clear the exam. Uh,
Yeah.
Last year they somehow could not clear the exam, and the students who were, whom I knew they would, but I was not very certain. They actually outperformed the other students.
Right.
I know that the students who didn't clear the exam, I know three to four of those students, and it was just because they were very panicky throughout the year.
Right.
So, till the end, when I had conversations with them, I could sense the amount of panic that they had, and due to which they were making so many silly mistakes. It's not that they were not clear with the concept. They were
Yeah.
very intelligent, just that they did not have that confidence to sit in the exam, and that is something which is very important. So
Right.
I totally agree that the exam day is the most important day, and I
Yeah.
always tell everyone to carry water bottle, and to
Yeah. Yeah.
and I don't like those students at all who are kind of reading the book just outside the examination hall.
Yeah.
Dedicated one complete year, you should not be going ahead and doing that towards
Yeah.
the end.
Right.
So even when I was, when I was teaching in Delhi University, and I remember, DU में this is a trend ना कि बाहर बच्चे खड़े होके they will just keep reading till the bell rings.
Yeah.
Told them that please come inside. It's not going to help you the last moment.
Not at all.
And I am not in favor of being in that space in the last moment. I think you have done enough, and you need to have that confidence in yourself that you will
Yeah.
do well in exam. So,
Yeah.
Kushi, one last thing, how is DSE treating you? If you can just tell the students, keep them motivated of why they should be coming at DSE.
Yes. So the SE is actually very great. Like I to be honest, I when I got into DSE, I also got into JNU, and most people are not very confused between the two, but I was very confused between the two, JNU and DSE. But then I chose DSE, and I am very happy with my decision. I think there is a space, DSE has a space for every student, for all kinds of students. You will find people who are youth who you would find who are more into studies or than you, who are more intelligent than you would feel that. You would also find students who are just at your level, or you will find students जिसके comparison में you think you are more smarter. But at the end of the day, how DSE is great is, at the end of the day, when the exam, I gave semester one exams, and when the exam day comes, each student is at the same level. Matlab, every student is so stressed, but after giving the exams, everyone is there with each other, like discussing, and you will find like a space. This is a space where you will actually see yourself grow. Is
Hmm.
within just a few months, I can see there are so many students there from whom I can learn so much, not just from the faculty, but even the students. Although most of them are from DU, but you can actually learn so much from each other in that environment. So it's great. Like I would really want each and every one of you who gets a chance to get into DSC, please come.
Right. And on day one of DSE, I was there in the campus. I came and I met all the students also. So many students after the first, I think your first class was maths or micro, I don't remember now, but
Yeah.
first class, huh? And then you had a break in which I met the students. So they were like, "Ki, ma'am, maybe we have made a mistake. We should have gone to
Mhm.
JIDR or JNU. I think
Yeah.
it was not a right decision." But now, when I talk to them after one semester, I think students are at a better place, right?
Yeah.
Just yesterday, I was talking to, I don't know if you know, Priya Tyagi. She's also from your batch.
I
Uh,
think I've heard the name. Yeah.
she was my ex-student. So,
Mhm.
yes, I mean, now I can see that she's very happy, and others are also very calm and happy. So, DSC helps you evolve and grow with,
Yeah,
and I think it is an excellent place to be at, right?
definitely, definitely.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Khushi, for your time.